Hey folks, just the standard update. A bunch of stuff has happened, growth-wise, propagation-wise. I've got a really intense little flower cluster going on right now with the golden crocodile. There are 7 flowers. This is number 3 to open, and number 7 is still a baby bud coming up and out right there. And I couldn't be more amazed. I didn't know this was possible. And there are multiple flowers coming out from the same petiole location. Just FYI. The rubber plants are doing great. Jungle Boogie's doing great. Tradescantia is doing great. Scindapsus Moonlight is doing great. I moved the Gloriosum to the back. And it just finished putting out a new leaf right there, which is now moving upwards and expanding out. The Ivory Coast alocasias are doing great. I've got 3 minimum, maybe 4, maybe 5 nice big clusters. They're putting out leaves regularly and slowly gaining in size and stature. I moved the Cupreas out. I took the Vesuvius and the Aglaonema silver that were here, and I moved them to the back so I could put this Cuprea here. I like the way it turned out. And underneath the golden crocodile in the back on the wall is another pink princess. I just did a new cutting frag on a pole. I had forgotten I even had a hanger there, and that I had a full space there. So just between the Gloriosum and the golden crocodile, there's going to be that dark burgundy purple foliage popping out with the splashes of the pink variegation, what have you, right in that little area there. I think it's going to look really nice. The neon pothoses are both becoming outright monsters. I'm only going to have room for one of them here, I think. I'm not sure even what I'm going to do with the other one, given the recent developments with the rest of the philos, but we'll get there. The alocasias are all doing great. The Beginda Silver Dragons are always doing great. There's just, all I have to do is put these things in a pot and water them, and they just explode all over. I've got one that I have to up-pot, actually, a baby, right there, sometime this weekend. And I've got a couple of Islanii, I think 3, that I need to put into 6-inch pots. What else is going on? I've got some of the mellows to do. I've got that Cuprea to do. So there's still quite a bit of stuff to go on. The Dieffenbachia maculata here, I gave it a bottom cut. I trimmed half of the roots off and dropped it down further into the pot. And I also gave it a smaller circumference pot. It went from an 8-inch, which is what that one's in, to a 6-inch. And a lot more of the cane is now underground, where I'm hoping it'll be stimulated to put out shoots and develop the eyes along the cane. I also combined and up-potted these 2 mellows together into an 8-inch tall 6-inch pot. Most of them are in the 6-inch tall 6-inch pots. I like the 8-inch tall ones better. It gives them just a little bit more dryness near the crown of the plant. The Black Velvet gave me that beautiful leaf right there. That's 9x6. And that's all after the sulfur. So, moving along. The final 4 philodendrons, the Melanochrysum, Soderoy, Majestic, and Verrucosum, are all completely turned around and doing really, really well. The Melano gave me 2 leaves in a row with holes in them. One came out sideways, and then this happened. And remember, all that white stuff is sulfur. Don't mind that. But that's a nice little leaf right there. Soderoy gave me 2, and there's a 3rd now on the way. We'll be opening up in the next few days. Same with the Majestic. Give me 2 really nice leaves. And I have another one on the way. And look at that Verrucosum leaf, folks. Look at that. That's big as my hand. And if you doubt it, there you go. Just about my hand. and looking a little bit pale because of the sulfur, but that's just the sulfur. Perfectly healthy leaf, and it already has a new one on the way. Look at that. So yeah, I'm incredibly happy. It was a battle, but I think now I've got the plant figured out. I know what I did wrong. Hopefully I won't do it again. And we'll see what happens moving forward. But I couldn't be more ecstatic. The Majestic also gave me that, a new vine from the base growing upwards. So that's even nicer. This is going to be a nice full pull eventually. The Gigas here has given me another split. I've got two on the bottom, one going to the right, one going to the left. That's one of the splits right there with that new leaf. And now I've got this. The leaf on the right is, I think, the secondary vine, and then there's the more robust main vine continuing up the center. Isn't that something? That's now 3 side shoots that this plant has. And next to it is the epipremnum, which is right now in the process of unfurling a brand new leaf. And the golden pothos is doing phenomenally well. I moved the Thai constellation up off the floor to the top row for 2 reasons. It gives it a lot more light, and it opens up a whole bunch of space on the floor at the wall. So yeah, there was a whole big little blister of leaves right there where that marble pothos's pole is. That was just blocked from putting any of these smaller pots down in this area, which is really where I wanted them to go, to cover up the plastic protector as much as possible. This Gigas is also putting out a new leaf, as is the neon pothos, which this one is also now a monster. Again, 14, 15-inch leaves. The baby silver sword is now finally starting to become an adult. There is the leaf changing form. It's beginning to adopt the sword shape. So it is now officially a teenager. And here you can see the 2 pink princesses that I started here in place of the 2 painted ladies, which are now mostly trashed. I still have 2. I still have at least 2 of everything. But yeah, I got a lot of thinning out and other stuff that I want to get done as far as treadmilling goes. So I need poles because I have a set amount. So you know, it's and depending upon timing, things can get pretty scarce. So yeah, that's what's going on, and that's partly why this area looks like this. It's a great big mess right now. Once the marble pothos gets cut, the new top pole, which will have foliage on the bottom, will be drop down. It'll be filling up this hole on the bottom, but it'll be much closer to the wall than the Thai constellation was. So that'll still give me good coverage there to hide the timer and that space right there, but I'll also have a place to put the mellows on the floor. So looking forward to that. So there you have it, folks. That's pretty much it. I'm going to be doing the Gapertia medallion this weekend, cutting it up, and there will be a video about it, showing it. I can't do the video of me actually doing it, but I'll show, you know, step by step. I'll give an explanation of what I'm about to do and show the result after I do it, because I have to hold the camera in one hand. I don't have a way of working in front of the camera, and nobody needs to see my pathetic self. So, and I don't want anybody to see my pathetic self. The last thing I want to do is be identifiable on a public platform like the YouTubes. My knowledge I don't mind sharing. My face I do. So at any rate, that's my paranoia speaking. I'm hopefully going to have at least 3 Gapertia medallions by Sunday. Today was the last watering before Saturday, so the soil should be just damp enough to hold itself together when I depot it. Okay, folks, here are some more begindas, by the way. I have to organize these. They're just growing under the shade canopy of everything here. They're not getting a lot of light, but they always do well underneath the other plants. They do a little bit better like this, but even tucked in the darkest corners of this room, they did great. So Yeah, what can I say? So that's about it, I think. And those are the growth updates, some explanations of why things look like that, and some of the other stuff that I've been doing. I will show really quickly the workroom. Here's the workroom mess. Yeah, something is always going on. Here is the avocado, just getting ready to explode again with new growth after a very long resting period. But look at that. This sprouted late spring, I want to say, of 2024. Somewhere maybe in May. Yeah, April, May, June, somewhere around there. Yeah, this is what we got so far. It's close to 3 feet tall. Here's my nice dirty carpet. Here's a mess of Dieffenbachias. Here's all the stumpies. Sphagnum moss from a recent overhaul of a tube. There are the stumpies. There's the baby Vesuvius, slowly but surely getting bigger. And a whole crap load of silver swords. This is the one that I took the cutting from. That's the branch right there. And that branch went all the way up to the top, like this one is. Here's bipennifoliums. Here's another epipremnum. This pink princess is getting trashed, and this silver sword is getting moved in to where that pink princess is. And I just did this epipremnum, and this is a top cut now. It got a top chopped, and it's now giving me that leaf right there. More painted lady, more silver sword, more bipennifolium all the way down. And that's what this wall is looking like. And it needs a lot of work. I've got top cuts to do. I've got all these silver swords really need to get organized properly. And top cut properly, and then transferred, and then organized. And yeah, it's the next big project, which is going to happen while I'm doing all this other stuff in the main room. Like the treadmilling of all the philos that I'm presently doing. So, that's about it, and we're going to close on the sexiest thing in this room right now, the verrucosum leaf, and I will ask all of you to have fun. So have fun.